Yo, this episode was so sad. Wow. I can't even start off a legitimate intro it that way. This episode is insanely sad. I'm not kidding. This episode was really, really, really sad. I'm talking about very, very sad. That's how sad this episode was. I almost actually, I did tear up. That's just my sniffles, but I teared up. I deadass teared up. So, this is Haikyuu. I've never viewed it onto the channel. I may as well do the last episode because this was fierce as fuck. So if you guys enjoyed this episode or enjoyed this anime, now that it's over, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below how you felt about this episode. Did you feel sad that they lost? Did you know that they're gonna lose? And multiple animes are ending this week or last week, so time to catch up. So what happened in this episode is it was how everybody was reacting to when they lost, more along how they're feeling a bit post. Because it was pre how they felt about it the moment they lost, and this is post when they lost and how it's affecting their school and their studies and such like that. No one is really studying. They're putting their heads down. They're in complete pain, the agony, and they're just in complete grief, and they're depressed. They're just not feeling up to their, they're not feeling good right now. Just really, really bad. And on top of that, the third years they may not be able to continue. Now I say may not because it's just still another semester of school they have left, so they can still allowed to continue, but they may not be able to continue because the studies are good, but it could get worse in the future if they focus on it too hard and not their studies, and then there's a possible injury that happens in the future that stops them from playing volleyball. They have to stop. Nobody will allow them. They'll have to push them off the team. And it was really, really upsetting because Sugawara took it the most painful because first off, he rarely plays. Second off, Kageyama basically takes his spot and does everything that he can do, but 10 times better. So you gotta think about it, which one here. You want a star athlete or one that can do what he can do as well, but also be humble at the same time? You want someone who throws stronger and faster, or someone that throws lighter and gentler? They're completely opposite. One's gentle, one's strong and fierce, and rude. The other one's kind and humble and gentle. But of course, when Kageyama is a better option multiple times. More with Asahi though, Sugawara is the better setter, but just in most situations, Kageyama is the better. He is the better setter. In most situations, he is the better setter. So they had to pick between that option. It was not fun. It was not. Felt the type of way. I was really, really hurt by it. Just really. Oh my god. Oh, wow, it was so upsetting. I'm trying to keep it in. Also, Seijoh lost to I forgot the team name was Karasuno, something like that. Shiratorizawa. There we go. They lost to Shiratorizawa, and of course Seijoh had a backup counter for everything that they had to do as they usually did against usually is against Karasuno. They did have they had counters to Shiratorizawa, but it doesn't matter. Shiratorizawa is the kind of team to where it doesn't matter what kind of counter, what kind of block you do, they're strong enough where they can break through your guards. For example, the captain broke through every single guard as Seijoh brought in. Every single block, he just slapped the ball and it would fall right through the hands. It was too much brute strength. They had too much force to where you could not block their hits. You couldn't scoop up their hits and try and counter with both your hands clocked in because it snap your grip. You just lose and the ball would drop on the ground or hit you in the gut, hit you in the face. They hit way too strong. They literally are machine guns. They're bullets. They hit way too powerful. Let's say ended up breaking through and they're moving on to Tokyo. So now their last option to actually continue on is go to the spring tournament, which is going to be on the Orange Court. It's their last option, and if that doesn't work out, then the third years will end up leaving, and then they're going to end up losing, and they're going to be very depressed. And thus we all don't want it to happen, but I sort of assumed and sort of figured that I sort of guessed. I knew that they were going to lose, because in Kuroko no Basket, they lost as well. Kuroko no Basket lost, and thus they could not make it into the official tournament, the spring one. So they decided to go for the winter one, So that's what Kuroko no Basket did. And right now they're doing really good in the winter tournament. Thus, these guys lost their technical winter tournament. The nationals was more like nationals, but they lost that. And now Karasuno's moving on to the spring tournament to see how well they're going to do there. Probably going to do well there, and hell, they may end up winning there. So that's just really how I knew that they were going to lose. Just really upsetting on how they all reacted, It was like in Kuroko no Basket, the blonde guy, how he reacted to when he lost to the black guy was god as fuck, It's just... Woo! What an episode. That's going to be it though, guys. If you guys enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments down below. How you felt about this anime overall in general compared to other sports animes. And it'll also be Tokyo Ghoul going up later today as well. With that being said, guys, I'll catch y'all later.